Hi friends, so I'm back with another video on what tools that you might need once you get started in miniatures. And I did want to mention one thing that I didn't mention in the glue video, and you're probably all wondering about hot glue. Well, hot glue and miniatures kind of don't go well together. Hot glue does not hold up over time. It's very finicky. It's very thick and your pieces don't sit flush very well. So hot glue just really isn't recommended for building with. Now, if you are building a house maybe out of cardboard, it might work, but hot glue is just not your best option. So any of those glues I mentioned in the previous video would be a much better option for you if you're looking for that. So let's get started on tools. One of my first tools that I have, these are miter shears. These will cut wood. They will cut through dowel rods, really just about anything. They're very, very sharp. And you can see here that you can also cut at an angle. There's a 45-degree angle, so if you're looking to cut something at an angle to go into a corner or something, those will work great. They do have a little safety latch, so it pops right in there and they won't come open. This is a tool you want to keep out of reach of young children. I don't have any young children anymore, so sometimes you'll see some of my tools that are open and not in their safety mode. So don't worry, nobody's getting into them except for my teenagers. But this is a great tool to have. About 10 bucks on Amazon, Temu, at your local hardware store, wherever you want to pick one up. They may even sell them at Hobby Lobby now, I'm not sure. Our next tools are rulers. And I have several different types of rulers. I prefer these metal rulers. You see I have a small one and a much larger one. These just work great if you're using them with an X-Acto knife or a rotary cutter. You're not going to damage your ruler, so I really just prefer these over any other rulers. I also have my little mini square. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? You can use your inside square or the outside square. You can measure with it. You can square up corners with it, whatever your particular needs are. And it does have measurements on it as well. I just love this one. Another type of ruler that I have, you see it's still in the packaging. I don't use it very often, but it's just circles if you need to draw circles of something or cut them out. It also has a measurement edge on it as well. I believe this came from Temu. For not very much. I don't remember what it cost. Just a good thing to have around if you just plan on doing your own designing and such. This is a little plastic ruler that came in a little kit off Amazon. It's okay. I don't use it very often, so not one I would necessarily recommend. All right, scissors, another very important tool. I use these quite often, and especially if you're building a kit. Your kits oftentimes will come with a lot of paper pieces, and honestly, like I said in the last video, a lot of miniatures are paper. They're cardstock, cardboard, so a lot of things that you will cut from far away, you don't notice that they're not the real thing, and so paper pieces are very popular. So I have these little sharp scissors. These actually have a curved edge. These are good for trimming up thread or fabric from around fabric furniture pieces. Very nice. I got these off of Temu. A regular pair of shears. These were like $2 or $4 at Walmart, I think is where I got these, but they also sell these on Amazon, Temu. Anything that you need you can get online. This is just an old pair of scissors that I had in my sewing supplies. They're just nice and sharp, and they hold very well, and they cut small pieces of paper very well, so I just really like having these in my miniature supplies. I have this little drill This is great for making little mini wood pieces. It comes with several drill bits. I believe I got this off of Temu, but again, you can get it at the hardware store. You probably can find a tool like this at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, anything like that, Walmart. And these are good for like starting holes if you need to screw something together, or just in general, but it's just nice. It opens up and you can put whatever drill bit in it you need, and use that. I showed you in the gluing one, but I have clamps. These are good for when holding items together when you're gluing things and you need your glue to dry. These hold very well, and they also have these little covers to protect whatever it is that you're making to keep it from leaving marks on it. If you're worried about that, you could always use a paper towel in between them or something like that. Now, this little tool here is something that I had not seen until I was watching Julie Warren over on her channel. She's a great miniaturist. She actually has several books out, so I love to watch her. This is like a third hand, so you just use this to like open it up, and like say I wanted to paint this little piece of wood, and I would just clamp it in there, and that holds it while I'm painting or whatever, just makes it a little bit easier. These little pegs are movable, so you can move them around. So if you wanted to put a piece of furniture in there that you needed to paint, it will hold those things in place for you, and you can flip them around and whatever. It's just really kind of a cool little piece, so I just had to have this. I did get this off of Amazon. I have not had an opportunity to use it yet. My daughter used it and painted that little stick, so she had fun. She thought it was cool. Next I have this little scraper spoon. It's good for getting paint out, glue out, anything like that. This edge is good for cleaning up glue. If you get extra glue on some furniture or something, you can just wipe it off with this edge. It is silicone, so nothing will stick to it. Once it's dry, you can just peel it right off. So just a great little tool to have in your supplies. Let's see, I also have this is called a bone folder. It's used in paper crafts a lot, but I'll show you what I use it for. Now this piece of paper is to be folded up, and you can see it has guidelines on it. Well, this you utilize on these lines to make them where they'll fold easier. So you just go down it and you score it, and you can see it there, and so then it just makes it much easier to fold for you, so you're not trying to wrinkle up your paper or anything. So it's just a great thing to have. You also can get it to hold things for you, scrape things off, anything like that. It's just plastic. Again, Michael's, Joann's, wherever you can find one, they're readily available. X-Acto knives and utility knives. I have this little utility knife that it just is the little blades. Once they're dull, you just snap them off. I would wrap these up like in cardboard or paper toweling and tape it up so that it doesn't cut through your trash bags or nobody gets hurt from them. Again, Walmart, hardware store, anything like that. Just a traditional X-Acto knife. You see I don't have a cover on it, but again, I don't have any small children. Just make sure you keep these things up. This utility knife, these are very nice, heavy duty. They will cut through thin woods, dowel rods, anything like that. So I keep one of these on hand too. I stole this from my husband. Don't tell him. But yes, I took that out of his tool bag. Jeweler's tools. These are very handy for when you're working with wire. This one, you just wrap wire around it. This will hold pieces in place for you or cut wire. And this one is just a wire cutter. So if you need to clip wire, if you're using kits, these are great to have because you do have a lot of wire work in kits. They use wire for cup holders and all kinds of things. So these things are good to have. I got 3 of these. These aren't the set that I got. I can't remember which ones came in the set, but I got like 3 in a set from Temu for about 10 bucks. So not too bad. I know they sell them at Walmart and stuff as well. A container of toothpicks. This was like 89 cents at Walmart. You can use toothpicks to wipe glue away. You can use it to spread your glue on. They come in handy for lots of things. Let's see, tweezers. I always like to have tweezers. You can utilize your tweezers to hold pieces as you're painting or you're folding to put stickers on. Because again, in kits, you have a lot of small pieces. Most kits are typically 1/24 scale, which is kind of small. So you might just need some tweezers to help you out with things. I also have these little handy dandy tweezers. These have a little magnifying glass on them. Those come in very handy if I'm trying to do small work. And then this just another style of tweezers. It's just pointy tweezers. Sometimes these come in diamond painting kits or in your miniature kits. It just depends on what brand you get, but I love to have a lot of good variety of tweezers around. This is an awl. This is not something you have to have because I'm sure you can find plenty of things that have a pointy end, but again, if you need to start a screw or a nail or something, they're often tiny, so these awls just come in handy for that. And last but not least, different sanding tools. I have a sanding block. It's one of my favorite tools. And then I just use nail files. They work great. I got a pack of 10 for about $1 off of Temu, I believe, or maybe Amazon. But they're good to have. You can also get, they make sandpaper, obviously, so you can tear sandpaper and use that, whichever is easiest for you to hold on to and use. I use a variety of pencils and pens. One of my favorite pencils, though, styles of pencils is this. When it gets dull, you just pull this out and put it in the end and you have another sharp one. That way I'm not always looking for a pencil sharpener, or I don't have to have a big bulky pencil sharpener down here. I just have a small space dedicated to my miniatures, so I try not to have too much extra stuff that I don't just need. So I think that's about it. You could also include, paint brushes and things like that. But those are just kind of the basics of what you might need to get started. You certainly do not need everything. I've been collecting this stuff over the past few years, so I have a lot more than I probably need. But it's just a good idea of what will work, what you might use, whether you go the kit route or whether you want to build your own miniatures. All of these tools will certainly come in handy. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Please like and subscribe, and I appreciate you watching. See you next time.